Because in this equation, I can change this j and this j by two different j's, and it is possible to solve this equation. And then I can accept this mode of dilemma, that in which the OR is fixed, but the rules, the two rules, can be represented by different conditions. It is possible. Okay. Let me talk about the second subject, the genesis of fuzzy sets. What I said it is not obvious that any predicate is measurable in the unit term. It's not obvious. Of course, fuzzy logic works. Zad's fuzzy logic works with predicates that are measurable with numbers. But this is not clear. And this is not clear. Beautiful is not clear. If beautiful is applicable to some objects that can be decomposed, maybe. And then by aggregation, maybe we will have an idea of the predicate beautiful. But immediately, it is not clear that beautiful is measurable between 0 and 1. What is a membership function? Okay, well, I will try to see how the predicates can organize the universal discourse. Yes? What are we doing when talking, when discussing, when introducing some order? When doing an intelligent discoursing, we are ordering something. Which is this order? How the values of the membership can be understood? How? Because if they are not always numbers, well, how? And what happens when the values are in the unit term? Okay. Of course, understanding the language is to know what these words mean and where they can be used. Where they can be used. Of course, this is very difficult. There is polyness. There are a lot of different subjects in the comprehension of a language. I will limit myself to a very simple case. That is, let me say, from a purely perceptual point of view, very elemental point of view, how we are using a predicate. When we say something with a predicate, when applying to universal discourse, a predicate by itself is nothing. Poor. Poor what? It only has sense when applying poor in a universal discourse. Poor and rich. Tall, short. If these words were never applied to universal discourse, we will have not these words. Then, to capture the meaning of a predicate, we need to apply the meaning to the universal discourse. And in the universal discourse, of course, there are two immediate things to be clarified. When an object X is less P than an object Y, and when object X and object Y are equally P. If we don't know that this object is less P than this other, we don't know how to use a predicate, because we cannot use to order the well. And we need to know, to have a perception of when this and this is the same from the point of view of P. Okay? Of course, this and this are not exactly the same. But if I take pen, this is a pen, and this is a pen, then I need to know how to use the word in a universe and to distinguish equally or not equally. Okay, I can establish two algebraic relations. One, I design it with this sign, to equal, and the other, I design it with this sign for less P than. The inverse relation can be more. let me introduce these two working hypotheses. It's not clear that this is always in this way, but I will suppose that the equality is that coming from this relation. And I will suppose that this relation is a pre-order. This is always in this way? I don't believe. But if I am supposing that this is a pre-order, I will have technical problems. Because no reflexivity, no transitivity, and what is worse again, this is not an equivalence. This is something that remains to be done. I just did with this hypothesis. Of course, I have a question set, and then I will call the primary meaning of P on X to this relation. Of course, when I have this relation, I have that. When a predicate is meaningless, and its meaning is empty, that is when I have no relation. There is no relation. Maybe you can say it's possible that the predicate is meaningless only when it's that diagonal. And it consists on only the couples A. Of course, I prefer it to take this definition. It's meaningless and this is empty. Well, which is our problem? Our problem is to use predicates in any universe of discourse. Because when they define how the predicate acts in a universe of discourse. But in a precise way, this is only possible when the universe is with some very clear structure, usually mathematics. Take the example of Kolmogorov, which is the great trick of Kolmogorov, to say that the events that are probable are those that are in a sigma algebra. He defined it in a very clear way which events, what are events. For Kolmogorov, events are just elements in a sigma algebra. Okay, this is a way of precisely manage this thing. But in general, this is not possible, because predicates to act in any set, be it previously structured or not. Okay. And of course, from an intuitive point of view, the action of the predicate is some organization, and I translate this organization by these pre-orders. Okay, what is a degree? What is a degree? Imagine that I know how to use the predicate. That is, I have this relation. X is less P than Y. Each time I have a partially ordered set associated to P and a function that is increasing in this sense, I will say that P is a degree. Of course, if X is equally P than Y, the function will not distinguish X and Y. That's okay. You can ask me, well, this is a very nice definition, but are there degrees? Is this an empty concept? No, it is not an empty concept. Take the quotient set, associate to each element its class. The quotient set is a preordered set, of course, because the relation was a preorder, then the second relation is an order, partial order, then we have a partially ordered set, take an isomorphic image to that, and you have here this. That degrees do exist. Which is the adequate degree in each case? I don't know. It depends. Of course, once I have a degree, I can define a different relation. Is that? This is stronger than the first one, since this implies this, that is, this is a larger relation. Okay. When the degree perfectly reflects the use, when the two orders are coincidental. When the way the predicate orders the well is just captured by the ordering given by a degree.